I really had problems with maths. Like I had such a bad attitude towards it, and I couldn't care less like about it. Like people would say, "How are you failing maths but you're doing well in physics?" Don't listen to what people say about social sciences. Like it's there for a reason. As much as people don't see a need for it, it's there for a reason. And just try and do your own research and see where you fit in social sciences before you do anything. Just find yourself within social sciences and follow that path.
Oh wait, you had to go in a prison?
No, like I can't really say it because
Okay.
yeah,
It's confidential. Okay. Okay, welcome back to yet another episode of EduKnowledge Exchange. And as always, I'm not alone. So today's guest went from failing grade 12 maths to doing her master's in sociology, right? And she was doing her undergrad at the University of Fort Hare, and then she transitioned to the University of the Western Cape. So I think we're going to hear about all the culture shifts and everything that has impacted her academic journey, right? Now I'd like to welcome Uluntu Niki. How are you, sis?
I'm good, and how are you?
I'm all good. So I want to dive straight into everything, unpack everything, right? So we are in high school. Where everything starts.
Great times. Great times, I guess.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take you straight to grade 12, where everything happened, right?
Yeah.
So okay, actually not even grade 12. Let's start high school in general. So you were passing.
Well, I chose a physics stream one, cream of the crop.
Okay.
So I was in grade 10A, great times, maths, physics, and life sciences. Cruising nicely. I was the first test we ever got for life sciences. I was the top learner.
Okay.
Motivated.
Yes.
I did well. Came grade 11. I still did great.
Mm-hmm.
Even though people started changing streams.
Yeah.
Like, people just started changing streams and we were getting lesser and lesser in class. But that didn't stop me. Well, yeah. And then grade 12, I don't know what happened. I just shift. Like academically, I stopped caring, I can say. Not necessarily caring, but I got demotivated. I don't know by what. And then June exams, I didn't do so well. I think I got a level 2. My grandma was not okay with that.
She was not having it.
There was this other guy that was a top learner, so minor. So my grandmother was like, ask him to tutor you. And he did. Till this day, I'm a Shoga Spider-Man and can see them in the Euclidean geometry.
Okay.
Thing. So he tutored me, but when someone is tutoring you and you're not really into that, and
it won't
you're
work
just
out.
Listening for the sake of being there. Yeah. I wrote trial, and I was okay. Usually when there's that thing that they do when you pass, like when the results come out, they try and say, okay, these are the number of students that got B, these are the number of students that got D. And I was in the students that got B. So I was like, there's hope. Final year, what's this? Final exam. Meds paper 2, I never wrote that. I was there in the exam room. I just wrote my information on the paper, and then I slept the entire 2-3 hours.
What?
I couldn't understand anything. I'm sorry. I genuinely couldn't understand anything. Like usually question 1, the main median things, that's usually the easiest. It was not for me. It was not for me. I didn't write anything.
Crazy. So this is a 2-hour paper.
Yeah.
When you get there,
yes,
write your name. Okay, no, you don't even write your name. You write your exam number. Okay, put that sticker and do that whole process.
Yes, I did all of that.
And you sleep.
Yes. And usually you're not allowed to sleep in the first 30 minutes. So I just did this.
And when you sleep, there's no teacher asking you, are you done?
No, like there was only Miss Komngosha that came to me like, you're not allowed to sleep in the first 30 minutes. I was like, yeah, I'm well aware. And she's like, okay, do something. I was like, okay. I just, and then I put the paper back, and then I just sat like this, just looked at everyone who was writing.
And how are you feeling?
I had no feelings, no emotions, no nothing. I was just there. I genuinely can't remember the feeling. Like, I was so certain that, you know what, I'm coming back next year. Maybe I'll come back better. So I just didn't write.
Man, because here I am thinking, man, okay, because when you say you failed in the maths, you wrote, you thought, I did my utmost best. This was it.
No.
And then the results come, and then they say, my guy, your utmost best was not besting.
No.
And when you just sat there, you slept.
I genuinely sat there. Like, I just sat there.
Crazy. And then,
Rolled it
what
out.
is your grandma saying about this next year, in the following year?
Well, after the exam, I had to go to her house. I was like, how was the exam? I was like, it was okay. I continued about my business, and then I was so chilled. I was not even nervous about my results because something kept on telling me that, you're coming back, you're going to do grade 12 again. And I knew the effort I put. So January came for the results. Wow. I was not stressed, and I was not even like in Dugo at that time. I was in Butterworth. So my cousin called me on some, can I please have your exam number? I gave it to her. After I gave it to her, she was like, okay, I'm gonna check you out. Like, I'm like, okay, bruh, I have stuff to do tomorrow. Like, okay, babe. Yeah. She calls me like, girl, you got a B and a distinction. Like, okay, really? I got a distinction in, I think it's Xhosa. Yeah. Like, wow. One of the languages that I was failing, because we did is Xhosa home language and English home language. So I was like, okay. I did something, I guess. And that Friday we had to collect our statements, and I told my mom, I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to go collect my thingy.
Your statement.
She was like, okay, I'm going to get it for you. She got it from me, and then she saw that I had a level 1. Usually we call it a kandlela. I had a level 1 in maths.
Okay.
28%.
And this 28% you got from the first paper, I'm assuming.
Yes, I'm assuming, or maybe the CAS or whatever. I don't know how that works. So I was like, yeah, that's me. And I didn't even apply that much, because that's another thing. I didn't know what I want to do in varsity. Like, universities came to tell us this is what they're offering, but I was just.
But do you think you not knowing what you want to do was the reason why you just became demotivated? Because in my head I'm now thinking, if I don't know what to do, why am I working so hard in passing, whereas I don't even know if I'm gonna need these subjects to do what I would want to do whenever I decide. But this is what I want to do. Don't you think it's also that?
I think it's also that because you're, as I did say that I have a cousin Kwasa, may also rest in peace.
Yeah.
She was the one that was pushing us to apply, and she knew what she wanted, and she knew which university she was going to go to. So I felt like, everyone else has it figured out. I'm just here, and as much as we have those talks at home, I'm still like, I would answer whatever, but then in my head I'm like, I still don't know.
And you know it's a very difficult conversation to have in black communities, or black households rather, because and I always say this, but parents always have this expectation that their child will either want to be a lawyer, a doctor, a teacher, a policeman, woman, or firefighter, right?
Yeah.
And then there's never that space of bana, they don't know what they want to be. You are always expected to choose from these things, And then there's never that space.
That's gonna get you a job at the end of the day. It's always that chat. If you do this degree, you are well secured to get a job after this. That's always the chat.
And when having these conversations, right, what was the thing, or what was your escape career? Let me put it like that.
It was doing something about studying your brain and I knew that it was well out of my reach because of maths. I really had problems with maths. Like, I had such a bad attitude towards it, and I couldn't care less like about it. Like, people would say, "How are you failing maths but you're doing well in physics?" And I wouldn't know how to explain it.
because Tina, what was explained to us, right, was that you'd get the same codes in both maths and physics, but then the percentages would be like 2 or 3% higher or lower, whatever, those cases. It doesn't make sense
at all. It really doesn't. Like, I'm sorry, it really doesn't. But
man, but then now let's jump. You get into the University of 40. How?
I went there because they were still taking walk-ins. I get there. I was met by one of the people that usually help you outside of university.
Yeah.
And then I showed them my statement. They're like, it's either you go to social sciences or I don't know. I'm like, okay, we go to social sciences. The first day the lines were long. And I'm like, hey, I need to go home. I go back home. Came back the following day, same thing. And then he was like, you know what? There's actually a program, a maths program run by Dr. Mahlasela. You can do that, and then you can apply for whatever you want. It's a year program.
That.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, let's just check it out, and then I'll tell everyone at home. And they were also already considering Gucha, going to an upgrading school in Gucha. I was like, PE, well, I'm not sure about that, but okay, I'm open to anything at this point because
I
don't want to go back to grade 12. Like, really, I don't want to go back to grade 12. Like, okay, we get to Dr. Mahlasela's office. When we get there, he explains everything. I'm like, okay. I go back home, I tell them this is what's going on, and the maths, you can actually use it to apply at Rhodes, E40, and then the other 2 universities, I think, yeah. So it applies in like 4 universities. Like, okay. That it actually does broaden my horizon.
Within the Eastern Cape or the other 2 outside of the Eastern Cape?
I think within the Eastern Cape. I'm not really sure about the other 2. Like, I'm not really sure.
Okay.
But with you applying with that maths, you had to have a written letter. It's the certificate and a written letter, and then your application together.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, 2019 I did that maths. First time, because maybe it was because it was the only thing I was doing. First time passing maths. First semester you just do paper 1, and then June you write paper 1, and then second semester you do paper 2, and then December you write, November you write paper 2 only, and then after you've passed you get your certificate and then you apply. But at that time, like, I'm already staying on campus. So I'm well exposed to campus life and everything. Like my friends were doing agriculture, and I know some people that were doing HMS or something. Yeah, there were a lot of people in my circle that were doing
different things.
And I was like, I'm not really. I don't want to. No, I'm not an agriculture person. I'm not even an HMS person. I'm not even a computer science person. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing any of those. And then social sciences was there. Like, wow, it's a degree that people they don't take serious. So.
So wait, before going to social science because it was available, you still did not know what you wanted to do
at all. Like, even like in 2019, being exposed to all of that, I'm still not sure what I want to be or where I want to work. But I'm just there because I know at the end of the day I have to make it work for me and for my family. So when I started applying again, genuinely I only applied at Rhodes and 40 for the same thing, like social sciences. And I was like, I just want to see. And I was already exposed to a little bit of psychology. Like, I just want to see. I want to see that. And then I apply, and then I get in for 2020.
Okay.
Do my first year. COVID hit. Yeah, it was COVID. COVID hit. We had to go back home. But I was doing okay. Because it was mainly just psychology and English and APR and some electives. Or LKA, yeah. Second year, that's when the real deal started. Like, I was doing psychology, criminology, sociology. Yeah, those three.
So within the course, can you just explain what it kind of entails? Like, what is it that you do in social science, right? What is it that you do in social science? Like, because for me, I'm thinking social science, and then it's taking me back to history and geography.
Oh, yeah.
Literally. So, am I gonna be an archaeologist? Am I gonna be someone who's digging rocks? What do they call them? Ugh, those people who look at rocks and study rocks and all of that. So
A
what is
geologist.
it? Yeah, but like, what is it that you do in social sciences?
Well, you can be a psychologist, a criminologist. When you are a sociologist, you just maybe a lecturer or a professor. That's another thing, because it divides. The upper you go, the more it divides, because you can choose to be an industrial sociologist, medical sociology. Like, the upper you go, the more you get exposed to these
Different
kinds of sociology. And at that time, I did not know. Like, I just knew that there's sociology, and we're just learning about theories, and because we also did labor laws, union laws, and
That would be the criminology side of
no,
it.
still sociology.
Oh.
Criminology, it was just deviance from first year, different kinds of deviance, and then final year, that's when we're exposed to the different types of paroles, probations, and all of that. Like how people, like what happens when a jail or a prison is full, what who assesses the criminals, and then like is it back end or front end type of thing. But I did drop it. I tried to drop it third year because I was like, I'm not sure if I want to do anything that has to do with criminals. But then again, I was like, so psychology,
It's not the one.
it's not the one. Not that I was not passing, I was actually getting distinctions from it. Like, it was not even difficult for me. But I was like, guys, I'm not coming back. Like, I'm dropping psychology. I'm going to remain with criminology and sociology. Another thing that made me drop psychology is the fact that you have to study all the way. And there's so many processes you have to go to for you to actually become a profession. So I was like, I don't see myself being a psychologist. I'm sorry.
And why?
Usually when you open a textbook, I couldn't separate myself from my work. Like, everything that I read about, I'll take it
to heart.
Yes, and psychology myself. Like, every time. Like, I remember when we were learning about the conscious, subconscious, I was like, hey, yo, I'm exposed to this. And I try to know how my brain works. So I was like, hey, this is not it for me. That's not working out in any way.
Is it a thing of they teach you something, or let's say they're teaching you how to hypnotize.
Oh.
And then now you try and hypnotize yourself. Was it that kind of a thing where you tried to doctor yourself?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Like, there was also like the coping mechanisms. I literally just try which one works for me.
For you.
So every chapter that we're in, I would literally just psychology.
We tried to do the practical side of it.
I think it did mess me up in a way, but I was closer to Dr. Nondoengu. Oh, Miss Nondoengu. I used to talk to her because she was a professional psychologist. So she did say, you need to separate yourself. And I was like, let me just separate myself from the module, because I don't think I can.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I can. So I was just left with the two. And even though I didn't know what I was going to do with sociology, I was like, it needs to remain. Criminology, I'm just doing it because it's there, and I need to have two majors.
Yeah.
So I did the two, and yeah, when I applied for honors, I didn't even consider criminology. Well, something like surrounding that module happened, so I was like, let me just drop it. I never want to do anything that has to do with criminology, like, ever. So when I was telling my warden what was happening in the department...
Oh, wait, you had to go in a prison?
No, like, I can't really say it because yeah.
It's confidential. Okay, great.
Yeah, so when I was talking about it, telling my warden what was happening, she was like, "No, I fully support you. You can't go back." I'm like, "Yeah, you see, like everything was there." I'm like, "Yeah, you can't go back." I'm like, "Okay, you know what? I don't even want to come back to 40, so I'm not even gonna apply." So like, "Hey, yo, okay. So what happens if the other universities don't take?" I'm like, "I'm staying at home.
And not going
I'm
further
not
to
coming
studies.
back. I'm not." Like, okay.
Man.
So it was a very hectic time, like in final year, because so much happened. And then that thing of knowing, okay, I'm graduating next year, so what's the next step? And knowing that we have to specialize in social sciences so you can find yourself where you are in the job market. So like, I get that, but not in those conditions. So I need to go.
Man.
I need to go.
So if someone wanted to do social sciences, what are the key things that you would warn them about? Like, for example, the one that you'd use, for example, when you try to doctor yourself. You know, like those kind of things, like, why don't try and doctor yourself?
Yeah, like one, just try to separate yourself from your academic work. And two, just be sure whatever module you're choosing, be sure that it's something that you would want to do and continue doing. And even if like especially when you specialize, and also know which university offers what. That's another thing, because when we started applying for honors, that's when we actually found out that you can go deeper into the specialization. So some universities don't really offer the specialization. So
Meaning that they don't offer honors in...
yeah, maybe let's say criminology and forensics. Like I already found out, like, is it UKZN or something that has criminology and forensics? I was like, oh, I could have done that, but I didn't know. I only found out later about it. So just do more research before going in. Just be sure that you know what step you're going to have to take after, like in each and every year, because it's a 3-year degree. But since I was doing foundation, it had to be 4 years. So in each and every step, just make sure that you know what you going into and what's your outcome.
And before, because I'd like to move to your postgrad, but in your undergrad, because you had failed maths, right? And you had to do a year where you're basically, I'm not going to say upgrading, but upgrading. And then going to, okay, so you're still in university when you're upgrading, but then I would say you actually started varsity when you did your social science course, right?
Yeah.
Now, did you failing maths have any impact in your confidence? Did it impact your confidence in any way, in terms of, as much as I'm doing my maths in varsity, I'm not really doing a course, and I don't know if you know what I mean, in terms of, how do I put it, man?
Is it like a thing of when someone is asking, what are you actually doing?
Yes. And then you can't say, I'm doing law. I'm doing, you can't specifically say the course.
At that point, I didn't really care. I'm not sure if that's the right word, but thing is, all my friends from high school were there. So to some people, it might have seemed that I'm actually doing a degree, even though they're not sure what I'm doing. Because I was with majority of my friends, like majority of the people from school were there.
So the comfort of having your circle also kind of helped as well.
It just stemmed that down, and even at home, no one was pressuring me. Like no one was asking questions, like probing more. No, I was just there and just living varsity life, I guess. Man. Like, it was not really hectic in any way for my mental health. And yeah, I don't regret any.
And then now moving to your honors. You took a deep breath. You took a deep. So moving to your honors, right? You tell yourself, Kala, after undergrad, I'm done with 40.
Ew.
I am done, right?
Yeah.
And then now you move to your honor, you do your honors at UWs.
Yeah.
How was the transition in terms of the culture at Fort Hare, and when you compare it to ASA UWs?
You're different. One, it's that thing of you coming from the Eastern Cape. Doesn't matter if you're coming from university or not. You're just from the Eastern Cape. And at that time, like, everyone already has like an established friendship. So already people are in groups.
You are the first year with.
Yeah, I'm literally just the first year. And, the day I registered late, one, because, well, administrative problems, I guess, because they only gave me the offer, I think, on the 11th of February. I think registration had already started by then. And they only gave me that offer after I asked them what's going on. Like, I haven't gotten a response. That was between UWs and NMU. So after they gave me that, went to pay for registration, get there. I had to register on campus. And then after registering, I had to go to the department. When I got there, I see this white lady. She's like, "Wow, you're late. We already have A, B, and C on the Ikamva." I'm like, "What?
What?
So you're going to have to..." I'm like, "Okay, I hear you." Get home, I'm like, Ikamva. I search, I'm like, yo, I don't even know how to navigate this one.
Yeah.
And I did something completely different from what was required of me.
In terms of the coursework?
In terms of the assignment that everyone had already gotten. So...
Snap.
Yeah, I was like, okay. I did it, and then when I get to class, because we only had 2 days, Mondays and Thursdays, I think, or Tuesdays and Thursdays, along those lines. So when I got to class the following week, I was like, yeah. And luckily I met Sino and Matthew, because we were sitting in a table like this. So when I showed them, I was like, nah, babes, I don't even know what you did here, but this is what we were required to do. I'm like, oh, okay. I tell the professor, and she's like, nah, it's understandable. You didn't know how to navigate the thing. I'm like, okay, so already I'm down with how to navigate the entire school site. I don't know how to get point A to point B and to...
And you're new in the Western Cape?
Not fairly new. Like, I used to go here back in the day.
Okay.
I do have family this side. So that side was not even bothering me, just that the school... Now, like, university
going
was
from
just...
lecture hall to lecture hall.
Yes. It was horror. And I'm not very good with directions. So I was getting lost.
Man, imagine, and you tell a first year student, for example, but no, I'm an honest student, and I just need to get to the faculty, and they're like, honest student, and you're getting lost.
Some people thought I was lying because they would see my student number, like, okay, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm doing my honors. Like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah,
4-5.
Chini.
And when you are doing your honors,
and every time I would say, I wish I could explain that, no, I did my undergrad elsewhere.
Oh, man.
Like, every time, like, no, I did my undergrad elsewhere.
Or you could just have like a board.
Like, I came from yeah. So I think a week later, a new student joined us. It happened to be someone from Forte. So we're two.
Oh, nice.
We didn't really know each other, but it was fine. But I'd already made friends with the two that were sitting next to me. I applied here, so let me just roll with.
And your masters are research based, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what is your research topic, if I may ask?
Oh, wow. Okay, let me just explain it and not say the title. Basically, I want to learn about... I'm building on the transition of African migrant students first year, straight from their home countries to South African university.
So that would be someone, let's say, from Botswana, did their high school in Botswana, and comes to South Africa for university.
Yes, not someone who was doing the high school here.
So does it also include like exchange students? as well?
No.
Okay, specifically someone
Specifically,
who. Okay,
yeah.
okay. I see.
That was inspired by how I saw MasterCard taking students from all over and then bringing them here. And I was like, okay, it's actually a nice thing because it's very hard to find funding. Even for us, like it's hard, but for them, it's harder. So I want to find out more of their lived experiences because with the literature I've read, it can be hectic. Like, it was hectic for me. Imagine from the Eastern Cape to Cape Town, that transition, like, shifted me.
And it's literally like province to province. Now imagine country to country. Oosh.
So that's what I'm doing for my master's. And I think it's going okay.
As you said, it was hard finding funding, right? How did you find out about the MasterCard funding?
Emails. I read emails. I don't know who told me that you need to take.
I read emails.
Genuinely, like, I don't know who told me that you need to set time for your emails.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have specific time for my emails where I just go through all the emails and then delete the ones that I deem irrelevant. I was like, oh, let me quickly.
Yeah, check it out.
No, it was not quickly. It's a very long process, but it's worth it. Like, it's really worth it. So I was like, you know what? After I saw this, I applied. Was there another one? Nah, there was only that one.
And now, so if you were put in front of grade 12s, right, and then go to please try and, I would not say motivate them, try and persuade them to do social science. What are the key points that you would use or say key points that you would use to, like, attract them to doing the course?
Well, one, I'm not really a business-minded person or a critical thinker of that much.
Yeah.
So I'd tell them that as much as, like, usually at Forte it's called that faculty by the gate. Like, it's not important at faculty by the gate. So one, don't listen to what people say about social sciences. Like, it's there for a reason. As much as people don't see a need for it, it's there for a reason. And just try and do your own research and see where you fit in social sciences before you do anything. Just find yourself within social sciences and follow that path. And just try and, I wouldn't say know yourself, but I feel like if I'd known the type of person that I would become or the person that I am right now, I would have done so much better.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, just know how to get there, or just know yourself more and you'll find yourself. Like, social science is really a great degree.
Yeah.
And it does offer a lot when you know yourself and where you want to be. Yeah.
But I now, since you've spoken about the fact that you need to know yourself and you need to know what you want to do within social sciences, can you please just give me a list of, so just the ones that you know, by the way, career paths that one could take for the social science?
Well, it depends on the majors, right? With the criminology, they say you can be a criminologist, and then within that you can like work at subs and just correctional services, and become a forensics. There's a forensic side of it with
that's criminology.
That's criminology.
Okay.
Don't really know much about psychology, so
psychologist maybe.
Yeah, just maybe you become a psychologist or a clinical psychologist, all of that. Yeah. And with sociology, well, there's industrial sociology, there's medical sociology, but then where you can actually work, that's where I'm actually also struggling to know, because every time I try to research about it, it's just covered. It's just, they would say, not really.
Yeah.
But we do fit in human resources. We do fit like in government sectors.
Yeah.
We fit in what other places? Like, you can be a lecturer, a teacher. I don't know, but it is a well-paying. Like, there are well-paying positions. Like, genuinely, there are well-paying positions.
Chasing the money.
It's not even about the money, but just I remember someone said to me, I think with my heart, not with my mind. That's why I was like, can never become an entrepreneur, because I would always feel for
too much kindness. Too much kindness. You don't need that for the business.
Yeah, so I do believe that social science is a great fit for me.
Last question before we close off, right? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
With a PhD.
Hey!
A PhD holder, I'm sorry. PhD holder.
Dr. Mnique.
Yes. Oh, yes. Put some respect on my name.
Okay.
PhD, and of course, look for a job. I see with the tutoring thing, maybe you can be a lecturer, but I'm not really sure that's where I want to end up. I can try it out, but it's not where I want to end up. So in 5 years, I see myself as a PhD holder, and maybe doing some Lord's work. I would love to volunteer.
Oh, that's good.
At one of the companies, but I would love to volunteer just so I can grasp or just let out what I have and collect whatever it is they offering. So yeah,
that's really great, man. And once again, thank you for coming to the show.
Thank
you. It was a pleasure. And as you've heard from the horse's mouth, in order for you to do social sciences, specifically psychology, you need to know yourself first. So if you like this video, if you enjoyed this video actually, like it, subscribe to our channel, press the notification button for more episodes. And for now, we are out. Bye.